name is Connie, and I don't have any expertise to impart today, but a few months ago, I quit my job, and since then, I've had a blast. So today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can turn your fear of not having a job into what I'm calling a savvy sabbatical. Now, I'm kind of like a young, geeky Hermione Granger. You can always find me in the library studying, getting good grades. Undergrad at William & Mary, I got 2 majors, picked up 3 languages, and worked part-time. Then I got an MBA from Michigan. Basically, if there's extra work that you want done, I'm your girl. So today, it's kind of ironic that I'm telling you that you should not work at all. And I hope to impart this message by convincing you that taking time off can be a good thing. I'm going to show you that everybody's doing it. And finally, I hope to impart some good tips and hints for you. So I was inspired at the Chicago Cultural Center this past fall. Steven Sagmeyer had a happy show. And it's an amazing exhibit that had interactive art and really interesting thoughts, such as this. The tiny text here reads, right now we spend about 25 years learning, 40 years working, 15 years in retirement, and then we die. He says take 5 of those years from retirement, pull them into your working world where you can be passionate, you can be productive, and you can take those ideas and put them back into society. And I thought, that's a great idea. So you might want to take a sabbatical yourself if, like Stephen, you have a good idea that needs some time. Or if, let's say, you've realized you're going to die and you haven't gotten through your bucket list. Or let's be honest, are you spending all of your hours at work reading really crappy internet articles about how you should quit your job? This also, if this scares you, the fact that there's a blank slide and nothing to talk about for 15 seconds, if that terrifies you, if the idea of silence itself is scary, then maybe you should take a sabbatical. These 2 pictures are also from the Happy Show. You get on a bike, you go through, and at the end it says to seek discomfort. And so I encourage all of you to also seek discomfort because there's nothing more uncomfortable in our society than saying to someone, what do you do? I don't have a job. So it won't be an Ignite show without having a picture of Steve Jobs. And I'm going to tell you guys some examples of destiny detours. As you all know, in 1974, Steve Jobs left while he was working at Atari to go find a guru in India. And this is Teddy Roosevelt, precipitated by the death of his mother and his wife. He left his political career in New York for 2 years to be a rancher in North Dakota. And that obviously inspired all of his environmentalism that today we are getting the benefits of. And lastly, there's these 2 women right here who their excursions led to best-selling novels. Cheryl Strayed right here wrote the bestseller Wild about her hike in the Pacific Crest Trail, and Elizabeth Gilbert went to Italy, India, and Indonesia to deal with her divorce. Those might be considered nervous breakdowns, but in hindsight, they look pretty good. Here's some more people. Jodi Edinburgh. She was a successful lawyer in New York. She left to travel for 1 year. 6 years later, she lives in Southeast Asia. She has a successful blog and a freelance career. That's my friend Liz. She went to business school with me. She's taking 6 months off to do a triathlon. And Shilpa, she's in Chicago and took a no-regrets year, launched a jazz career, took improv classes, and she volunteered. She called it her best year ever. So hopefully I've shown you guys that taking time off can be a good thing. I've shown you that, well, everybody's doing it. And I'm going to give you some hints and tips. I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can get started, some things to avoid, and some lessons learned that I've experienced in my few months from not working. Number 1, ask yourself the question why. Ask this a lot. Second, see if your job has a formal or potentially negotiated leave policy. Ask yourself how much time and money you need and whether or not you want to stay or go away. Questions 2 through 4 will really help you get to that why. Number 1, do not look at the television or the internet. Just get out of your house. Ignore your to-do list. It is endless. Cancel every informational coffee that you have. Get off LinkedIn. Do not apply for a job. This is time for you to talk to yourself. Some other best lessons learned. Keep asking that question, why? You will find that the answer changes. Be honest and brave. Change your routine. You need to set goals and then be willing to break them. Keep a journal of insights and then have fun. So for me, I'm not applying for a job, and I think that means I want to be an entrepreneur. I've been mixing up my routine. I've been sleeping a lot more, having crazy dreams, which has made me more creative. At first, I got really into the minimalist blog, and I was going to declutter. That's not a good goal for me. And I found that I really am a creative person, and that's my biggest insight. So hopefully, in retrospect, I've shown you guys that taking time off can be a good thing. I've shown you that a lot of successful people have done the same to great success. And I've given you some hints and tips on how you can get started, some things to avoid, and lessons learned. So Bon Jovi here, like to say, he said, remember, it's now is your life, it's now or never. I've also started a little blog here with some hints how you can start your own. Savvy Sabbatical, I'm Connie. Thank you guys all. Have a good night.